First of all, this monumental advisory opinion from the ICJ is significant in two ways for the global south. One, it affirms the fact that climate change is an existential problem and needs urgent action. The global south over the last 3 decades has been trying to make the global north understand that climate change impacts and effects are not something for the future. We're already having the consequences, especially the negative consequences of climate change that we are dealing with in the global south, spending hard-earned money to fight the consequences of these climate impacts. Secondly, it also affirms the fact that global south is not at the negotiation table begging. We are only fighting for our rights. It is our right to have a healthy environment. It is our right to develop. It is our right to see that the future generations are not burdened by the impacts of what has been caused before they arrive on Mother Earth. So it now emboldens us, all of us in the global south, to approach the negotiations not from a begging point of view, but from a rights point of view. And the rights that gives the global north the obligation to respect them. Surely the advisory opinions of the International Court of Justice are not legally binding. That is true. But why not look at the moral and legal authority that will potentially influence climate change litigation at local, international, and all levels, and also how it will influence the future of climate negotiations. I think we've been grappling with this fact, and the highest court of the international community has made their pronouncement. It is really intentional in making sure that climate change is an existential problem, and states have the obligation to protect life and the environment on Earth, and also the climate regime. So this will embolden us as the global south to continue fighting for climate justice, and again, litigations at all levels, local, national, and international level, will base their argument on this opinion, which is very, very encouraging. Over the last 5 years, Baghdad has been advocating for a change of approach in climate negotiations, using the transitional justice approach, which takes care of the past and present injustices with the promise of never repeating them. We have been pushing this approach over the last 5 years. And when you look at the decision itself or the opinion itself, it states very clearly that states have the obligation to cease from doing harm to the environment and to the climate regime, and also to promise to not to repeat those. Again, it goes further to say where there have been harm caused by climate-related activities, there is need for reparations. This falls squarely in our ideology or in our push for a transitional climate justice approach in the negotiations. So this has only vindicated PACJA when we have been pushing for this transitional justice approach for climate negotiations. Over the years, you've seen that the global north behaves as if there is no history to it, as if the injustices of the past, which means the carbon space that they've occupied for the past century, was their own right to occupy it, hence inhibiting us from our own development. So we need a situation where people right the wrongs of the past with a promise of not repeating that, so that the future will be clearer for all of us. Again, the climate talks have been characterized by mutual suspicion, lack of empathy, lack of sincerity. We think this approach that is being proposed, we've been proposing, and is being affirmed by this ruling, will make a great deal for the climate negotiations from now henceforth. Thank you.